Hey brethren, good morning. So we're on another adventure today. RJ has put me in charge of putting flowers in our flower bed. So we're gonna go to Home Depot and pick up some flowers. My neighbors. Okay, so RJ made me a flower bed earlier this year, and over the winter, let me see if I can show you real quick. So that's the flower bed right there. And over the winter, all the flowers died, of course. So we are gonna go get some flowers to put there. And RJ has been so busy downstairs, guys. I have a vlog coming out. He's been doing all the drywall down in our basement. When we bought our house, the downstairs basement was converted into like a living space. And we actually had a flood down there from the washing machine. And they had to pull up all the tile, which I believe was a miracle, because it was a blessing, guys, because they ended up finding asbestos tile underneath the new tile. So the seller of the house didn't rip up the old tile. He just put tile over the existing tile. Our house was built in 1959. She's an oldie, but she's a goodie, guys. We bought on the low end of the market, which we are very happy. If you guys know anything about mortgages and stuff like that, the rates are constantly going up and down. We were approved for a very high amount, but we talked about it and we said, you know what? We don't want to be spending all of our money that we get every month from our income on mortgage. You know, like, let's buy on the low end and be able to have some cushion to do whatever. When we bought the house, it was already renovated with new fixtures. Like, it was totally renovated. It's a beautiful house. But when the flood happened downstairs, it was during COVID, and it was literally 2019. And the company that was doing, because you know we had to go through homeowners insurance and all that stuff, but the company that was helping us ended up having to back out because of COVID, and that project just kept getting pushed back until eventually we were like, we'll take care of it ourselves, you know. So he's downstairs working all the drywall, putting it up, guys. He's doing an amazing job. Let me tell you, my husband, all of us, guys, we all have the capability of learning. And with YouTube and social media, there is a abundance of knowledge out there to be gotten. You know what I mean? And he is doing an amazing job. That vlog's coming out. I've been doing little vlogs here and there of his progress, but he has put me in charge today to take care of the flower bed, because my husband, guys, my husband is a firm believer. I don't know if this is his military background. RJ served 10 years in the U.S. Army. He was a tank gunner on the A1 Abrams tanks. He did 2 tours in the desert, and he also did a tour in Korea, where he then became an NCO. And guys, I hope I'm saying all this right, because, you know, he became an NCO recruiter or NCO officer. I'm not sure, whatever. And then he got out of the military, and we were able to reap all the benefits of his hard work. But he writes everything down. Now, I don't know if that is a military mindset of things, but he's a firm believer that if you don't write it down, it's going to be stuck on your brain, and he's taught me a lot about organization, like getting things on paper so they're not stuck in my head, you know. And it's true, even for school. Like, guys, I was not equipped to go to college at 19. I had a very hard time concentrating and understanding the importance of education. And now that I'm 40 and back in school, he's definitely been an asset for me to help me, like, hey, write it down, you know, like, you're not going to remember all these dates and deadlines. So on his list, he had flower bed. So he's like, hey, can you help me do this while I do this? And I'm like, yes. I love when my husband asks me to help, because usually he's like, just stay out of my way, I'm gonna do all the things, and I get to go to Home Depot, pick out the flowers, and do the flower bed. So, and it's not hard, guys. I'm just gonna take out the existing flower that's died and then put the new flower in. And another important thing about putting flowers on your property is we do like little vegetable garden here and there. You know, like, we'll have like pots of vegetables. We've grown cucumbers, we've grown green beans, we've grown, you know, all the herbs. We've grown squash, we've grown bell peppers, onions, like carrots, cabbage, collard greens. We've grown a whole bunch of stuff. But you need bees. We need honeybees to pollinate those vegetable flowers. So we like to have flowers, guys, and oh my goodness, you will see. I'm gonna keep you updated. You will see the abundance of butterflies and honeybees that come around when we put those flowers in the flower bed. We didn't have that flower bed last year. We had 3 rose bushes, but I don't know how long those rose bushes were in that spot because they were there when we bought the house. But they started to die, and I was thinking, okay, I think they've run their course, you know, or I don't know if you guys know anything about like plants, but every year they'd get like this thing called a sucker would come up underneath them, and which it's called a sucker because it would literally suck the nutrients from our roses. And I'm telling you guys, it looks like a long asparagus. Like it would grow 10 feet in the air. But every year we would take it out and it would come right back. It was just, it was like a tear, you know what I mean? Like it was just annoying. But I'm almost to Home Depot. The really cool thing about our property where we live is like it's all the major stores are like right close to us. So it's a very coveted area. We've had many people call us trying to buy our property because RJ has cleared out both acres from all the trees. Guys, I don't know if you've ever been to Georgia, but here in Georgia we have 100-foot pine trees, 100-foot what is it, hazelnut, some kind of nut tree, I don't know. We had 3 of them in our backyard and we ended up taking those down. But all right, so let's get up to this Home Depot, pick out our flowers.